So one of the reasons why I refer people to amazing coaches like yourself is that they know they need to have a resume to share their expertise with their prospective employer. So resumes are at the core of all hiring. So how do you determine if you have a good resume?
Ah, very good question. Again, Nafije, you loaded with good questions today. So how do you know if you have a resume and you're searching for a job? How do you know if you have a good resume? There is only one answer. If that resume is delivering results that are appropriate. If you are trying to be an engineer and you have your resume out there and you're getting calls to sell insurance more than you're getting calls to be an engineer, then your resume is not doing its job. It's not a good resume. Either it's not in the right place, it's not formatted right. There could be many reasons. So your resume has to be good because, you know, when I recruit, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, 6 seconds maybe. If I really like you, you're going to get 10 seconds. But it has to do with content, and resume content is king. And anyone that's ever worked with me knows that the first thing I do is try to get to the core value that the person is bringing to the table. And most people do not even know the value that they bring to the table. So that's where we start, is figuring that out. And once you know your value, guess what? You're pretty excited. You're pumped up. You got, you know, confidence because you know your value. What a good resume does not have in it is all of your job descriptions. Think about this. Recruiters, no matter who the recruiter is, no matter what kind of a recruiter it is, inside the company, recruiter, any of those things, they know what the job is that they're recruiting for. So they don't need you to tell them everything you did when you were, say, an administrative assistant or you were a payroll coordinator or any job. We don't need the job description. We know what you do if you have a common title. What we have to figure out is, what difference did you make? How do you stand apart from other people? So your resume should include facts, accomplishments, a summary, dates. If I see a resume that has no dates on it, it is not even looked at. I'm sorry, you cannot give me a resume without dates on a resume, okay? If you don't, by the way, you can use facts to your advantage. For a good company, say I'm working on a job now, I'm recruiting for a company called Sweet Green. Well, Sweet Green is a West Coast company based in Los Angeles. So if I was writing a resume for someone that worked at Sweet Green, I would add a little blurb about who Sweet Green is. They're a pre-IPO casual restaurant chain with 4,000 employees in 120 stores. So if you worked for them, that would give some definition of the company you work for, and you get to take advantage of the company you work for as promoting yourself, because you are who you work for. And the better the company, the better you are, because we know the better companies invest in their people, hire the best people, so we steal from the best, okay? So you can use that as well in your job search, is to use some facts about your company name, your companies, to give you greater credibility. And sometimes if you're doing a search, if I'm a recruiter recruiting, sometimes my client says, I really like people that come out of XYZ company. So I first go look for people that come out of that XYZ company, or I go look for people that come out of the same companies that the people that I'm recruiting for came out of, because they know what talent comes through that kind of a company. So those are a few important facts about resumes.
Thank you. I can't help. I have to say this. You're giving us some inside secrets, I see. Thank you. Thank you. That's actually a very good point. I didn't think about it like that. So this is the beauty of knowing both sides of, how the business world works, and helping the your clients match those needs for the employers. Yes, being honest and adding the facts that matter, that's, I guess it's just common sense, especially for small business owners like myself. Um, yeah, that would help me distinguish the really good, motivated people from everybody else. So thank you.
And I will tell you, the thing that really sets a resume apart is that when the person indicates their results, their specific accomplishments. And it doesn't mean like, if you were part of the team that launched the Challenger into space, well, that's okay. You don't have to say you're part of the team, but you get credit for everything your group did. And you get to take credit for everything your group did. So yeah, there's lots of nuances, but the idea of a good resume is give me the facts, give me all the facts. Don't hide any facts, don't hide anything. Because guess what? If you just put a college name and you don't tell me you got a degree from that college, I won't believe you have a degree from that college. Because people will write the name of the college they attended for 2 years or 3 years or 1 year or 6 months. I don't know. They just write the college name there. So you need to not only tell me your college name, I want to know the name of the degree. Is it an associate's? Is it a bachelor? Is it a Bachelor of Science, a Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Professional Studies, which is what I got. I want to know those facts. So yeah,
Wonderful.
Give us the facts.
So what advice do you have for job seekers who have been, not working for some times, but they do have the education and some experience from like, let's say 10 years ago? How do they make a good resume?
So every circumstance like that is a little bit different, and I approach them one size fits one. I do not have a one size fits all for anything. I do not. I personally write every resume. I personally interview every person that I work with, and I can't answer the question unless there's a real specific. But when there's gaps, now thank you for COVID again. That there's a pass. Everybody's getting a pass for not working for a year or so. But many people work 2 jobs, so they're the ones that are really going to stand out probably. But there just were certain jobs. If you were a cruise planner, I'm not sure you had a job for a year, right? A year and a half. Maybe even now you're having trouble. So it depends on the circumstances. And what I would say to anyone that is trying to re-enter the workforce after any kind of a gap is go volunteer wherever you can and do what you do best. Okay. If it's a food pantry and you're an accounting person, well, take over the books. If it's a homeowners association, you can do the bookkeeping if you're a finance person, right? So there's many different ways for you to get involved and get your skills back up to current. Because basically, when we look at someone who has gaps, we have to wonder about their motivation. Of course, like I say, there is an awful lot of forgiveness right now. So not to worry if you've had a gap.
Well, you just gave us some very good advice in regards to how to fill in the blanks by volunteering and possibly interning too.
Yes, volunteer and intern, sure. And there is a group called Interns Over 40 for older people.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the other thing, when you get with a career coach, I know so much more than you will ever know because this is what I spend my time learning, right?
That's right.
So you get the advantage of all the knowledge that I've collected, and you can, basically shortcut your learning curve because you have someone like me.
And I was just going to say, that's the job of Shining Stars. You never stop learning and, improving your skills. So you don't have to be expert in everything, but you want to stay open-minded and self-improve.